Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
After the mysterious death of his father, Vartan returns home to uncover the truth with the help of his newfound friends, Baya and Ovik. But his hometown of Eterno may have something even more sinister in store for them. Join us for their journey into the untold at etherealembracepodcast.com or anywhere you listen to podcasts by searching for Ethereal Embrace.
Steel your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
It is Victor's turn.
It is Victor's turn, and he just
By the
saw-
way, you're in the Dreamlands. You can breathe in the water.
Okay, well, that's helpful.
Well, Aleister knows that now. And Victor, you will notice whenever you dive in.
Okay. Quick question. I'm a human right now. If I bite people, can I still do psychic damage? Or is that not an option?
Guess you'll find out.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Because you look human.
I look human.
You're in the Dreamlands.
Excellent. Well,
Things work differently.
I'm right next to the puddle, so I guess I will just dive in head first and try to swim after what's going on.
Okay.
So, I've got 40 feet of movement, so I don't know how long it's going to take me to catch up. How do I determine this?
What is a check for swim? Is it athletics?
Should be athletics.
Should be athletics.
Okay. Well, I've got a 0 in that, so let's just try to roll something. 16.
Okay. So you swim and you get that 20 feet and you're able to keep up with where this creature has gotten to so far. So you are within range to attack him before he gets any further.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to try to attack him then.
All right.
So I'll unsheath my butterfly sword, and I actually rolled a natural 20 on that attack. So
Okay, cool.
that's helpful.
Victor spites God.
All right, and then 1d6.
It's max damage.
Oh, max damage. That's even easier. That would be 11 damage. So I'll roll again. I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
That would be 14 plus 8. Can't count. 22?
It hits.
Okay. And I will roll for that damage. That would be another 9 damage.
Okay.
And let's see. One moment. Want to make sure. And I'm like right on top of this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows and try to hit him
Okay.
2 more times, just I guess with my...
With your claws.
Yeah, I'll try to use. I'm sort of in battle mode, so I'm gonna try to use my hand as a claw and hope that it works.
Okay.
It's the Dreamlands. It might. That would be a 9 to hit.
Okay, roll your second attack.
That would be 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that damage. For the 1, you did miss the 9.
Mm-hmm. That would be another 7 damage.
Okay. You hit him with your sword twice, and then you go to stab your claws into him. You just, you touch him, but then, you realize that you can make claws come out of your fingers, and you stab, and then you stab him again after you see that happen, and it goes into him, and you deal more damage to him.
Cool.
All right, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm able to do at this point.
All right. The water does, after you stab him and he starts bleeding this dark blood, it does get cloudy around you, and the creature dives down further, and now it's Aleister's turn.
Is the other cat following?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Foreboding.
Well, my options here felt kind of limited. I'm assuming I'm still wrapped up in the tail.
You are wrapped up in the tail. You're just grappled. It's just grappled, but it's swimming with you.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to, because I'm assuming it's still very hard to see in the water because of the blood and everything. But I'm going to try to fire Eldritch Blasts at the tail, hopefully in such a way towards the end of the coil to kind of loosen it.
Okay.
And I'll direct both of the blasts at it that way.
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and use the inspiration card on that to make it a total of 16.
That hits.
And the other ends up being total 15.
That hits too.
Okay. So that'll be 2 Eldritch Blasts. I'm not sure if you want to, with Repelling Blast, it's a 10-foot push for any target hit by your Eldritch Blast. So I'm not sure if you want to consider that as 2 hits with 2 blasts, or if you want to consider it as one. Whether it's 2 10-foot pushes or if it's 1 10-foot push. I don't know how you want to consider that. Or even in this case, it's a little non-conventional. So figure that out however you will.
Okay. Oh, what's your damage?
I don't know if split matters, but it'll be 12 on one and 6 on the other. So total 18 if none of that matters. If separating them doesn't matter.
Okay. So your Eldritch Blast comes out, charges up through you, and blasts his tail. As you hit him, you definitely char that tail pretty bad with your blast, and he loosens its grip. As you notice the grip loosening, he whips his tail down to deeper in the water, and you have momentum as he lets go of you, and then you break the surface of the water and slam into the floor of the hospital.
Oof.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt you.
Well, good. Because I don't know how much more of that I can take.
Yeah, good. Cause
yeah, you can fall from 60 feet without taking damage, if I remember correctly.
Because he lands on his feet.
Yeah. So, yeah, you land hard, but you magically, cat magic,
cat magic,
are able to brace yourself, but it's very jarring.
Yeah, there's a lot about this that was very jarring.
Yeah. Victor, you're left in this murky bloody water, but you see a light start approaching at you from above you as you're looking around, and you just see Tanasha just paddling through the water, and the tip of her tail is lit up with a light, like it's reached around in front of her, and she's like using it as a
like one of those little fish.
as a light.
It's like an anglerfish.
Yeah, like an anglerfish, and she's just paddling. She looks over next to you and gives you like a why aren't you swimming kind of look. You can't talk because you're underwater, and she just paddles past you, and you watch her go deeper into the water.
Okay, and the monster thingamabob,
The creature took off.
It took off, so I lost track of it in the water, and it's gone. I can't tell where it is.
Yeah, the only thing that you see is in the murky water is that the tip of Tanasha's tail lit up.
Well, I know I kind of maybe trust that cat, and if there's no more monster, I'm just going to follow it. So I will follow the cat.
And you watch her fall out of the water, and as you start approaching where she fell out, you fall, and you fall onto the floor.
Yeah.
As you break the surface of the water.
Okay. I also have slow fall of 25, so unless it's really high ceiling, I'm fine.
And you're done with combat.
Yay.
Huzzah.
One of the first things I'll do is I'll run over and check on Aleister.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, Aleister, are you okay?
Quick question.
Yes.
Am I wet?
You're wet, yeah.
No, I am very far from okay.
Was waiting for that to be the response.
I need some sort of towel or something to dry off with, please.
Can't you do the thing you did with me when you clean the blood off and get rid of the water?
Unfortunately, it does not work that way. It is only good for removing soil, not water.
Okay. I'll look around the room we're in to see what's here. So, like, what's in this room? Anything. It's empty.
You see, like tiles floating about the room, like that are just like not moving, floating, but they're just like all over the place, like floating in the air, like stationary, and you see like a chunk of the wall missing, but the wall is like floating up next to the ceiling, and there's a door, but the door's upside down and not even on hinges.
So you're saying there's no towel in the room?
There's no towel, no.
Okay. So Aleister is not a hoopy fruit.
What?
I mean, you have
Hitchhiker's
whatever
Guide
you have on
reference.
you, I guess. You do have all of your belongings, by the way.
I don't think I have a towel.
You have a jacket.
I have a jacket. Like, you mean my trench coat? It's wet. It's probably soaking wet. That's not going to do anything.
It is, yeah. You're right.
It's like, I don't see anything to dry you off, Aleister. I'm sorry. It's a little strange here. I'm not used to it.
The joys of not having to worry about fur.
You can't do anything to dry Aleister off, can you? Ugly, hairless cat?
I am not ugly. You could try shaking.
I am not a dog.
Yeah, that was...
No, I kind of...
It's a little mean for
went
Victor.
from Steven. I went from Steven to Victor in the middle. It's harder to tell when I don't have to do the voice.
That's true.
Sorry about that.
So, I guess then I must do everything myself. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some tinder from a tinder box of my own in my pack. I'm going to kind of lay it out somewhere nearby, hopefully with whatever amount of possibly burnable material I can find.
Okay. Yeah, there's stuff you could burn, I guess. Yeah.
And then
There's chunks of wood floating about.
And then I'm going to use prestidigitation to light it.
Okay. Cool. So you're gonna chill for a second and dry off?
Yeah. I don't know if we'd have time for a short rest or not, but I could use one.
Well, there's no rest
There's no rest
in the
There's no
Dreamlands.
rest in the
You're already
Dreamlands.
asleep in the waking world. You're in the
You're
Dreamlands.
already resting, okay?
Perfect. How does my key work in that case?
You couldn't
This
be
is
more
weird.
at
We don't have
rest.
time for this.
Well,
We have to get to the basement.
be that as it may, if I do not get dry, then I will be of no good.
Ah, very well.
Yeah, we should just give
Just-
him like 5 minutes.
Hurry up. Do you need help drying off?
Well, yes, I asked earlier, but apparently you are useless in that front.
Whatever. And she walks over to you, and while you're next to the fire, she starts licking you to help dry you off faster. And we're gonna.
Oh my.
Victor's
And,
gonna sit this one out.
Victor's not going to join in the tonguing?
No. Victor is appears to be human, and he's more comfortable than he's been in a while. He's not going to start licking cats. That's not.
You're the most comfortable you've been in a while, and two sentient cats are licking. Well, Aleister's licking himself, and she's licking him.
Victor,
Nothing
Victor
sexual
just
about it.
More or less, like, got through 2 fights without getting hurt, and is in the form of a human right now. He's so chill.
Oh, okay.
Like-
You just drying your trench coat off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fire there anyway, so.
All right. Well, we're gonna switch back to Julian, and you had just witnessed this cannibalistic, reanimated man charge at the window. It didn't break or anything. It is very sturdy.
Edwin, how many subjects do you have here? Failed or otherwise?
Well, this was the last one that I have been able to preserve. There was one that escaped, but it had been apprehended by something else, and it disappeared. But as I was saying, the regenerative DNA from reptilian creatures definitely helped the research along. I had kept up with your research as you had been in Arkham. Like I said earlier, I'm sorry if I did pry into your personal affairs, but I tried to be discreet about it, and I was able to develop a more trusting serum based on your discoveries. And I would ask that maybe we can work together again.
So, you never answered my question. How many subjects? 4? 5?
Of
You
living, or I
your
have
research.
many subjects.
Your research. How many bodies did it take to get here?
There was quite a bit, actually. A lot of seekers did end up being a lot of my test subjects. I never killed any of them. One thing that let's head back down to my lab. I had not done any harm to them. They all had expired of natural means. That is one very important thing to note for the reanimation, is that they need to be fresh as well as to perish of natural causes.
It's more so with the. Julian's gonna pause for a second. It's more so the mind's lucidity at the time of expiration. There is an unknown factor in which, during the reanimation process, the mind briefly clicks, as if it were no longer a dead person. Through the process of reanimation and trying to bring the entity back to life, depending on the state of its expiration beforehand, the transition is successful or otherwise.
That is why it is very important to be there at the time of expiration to administer the serum.
Yeah.
My serum didn't end with the reptilian DNA. I did acquire, because of my master, I did acquire another creature that furthered my research along to where I believe I have a serum that, if administered at that perfect moment, will retain the mind. It's actually what I have been able to keep these constructs alive for as long as they have been, and I have supplied many constructs to my master.
I need to see your lab.
Oh, yes, of course. Now, there was one more test subject.
What
What
do you mean?
He was a seeker. He had... I still have him. He is in the lab. And, well, I have his head, actually. It's a means to be able to transport my reanimated to my master to build his army.
I don't understand. It's best if you just show me.
Have you not heard much of the Seekers?
No, I haven't. Or
Okay, well, they are a paladin order. They're able to manipulate Dreamlands portals and are able to travel into the Dreamlands and are actually more capable in the Dreamlands than they are here in the waking world.
And what are these?
And I use one of them to open up a portal into the Dreamlands.
Okay.
So while y'all are talking,
understand.
you end
Yeah.
up getting back down into the shower room. So go ahead. What you were going to say.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'd like to see this head, and then yes, this next step in your research.
Did you say you were also searching for somebody here earlier?
Yes, it's a halfling that I was working with in town. He has
No.
something of
No.
Yeah, it was gnome. Shit, forgot. I'm searching for a gnome in town. My investigation led that he was missing, and we came to this location as this was the last, I guess, known location for this person.
Oh, the young nurse.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he is in the lab as well. Like I said, I have not harmed anybody. I have no desire to harm anybody. But he is in the lab, and...
Well, I'd very much like to see him.
Okay. He did not make it as far as y'all did. He was incapacitated. My laborers are designed not to kill inside of this hospital. They are designed to incapacitate any intruders that do enter, so it's just a shame. I don't know why anybody would go into an abandoned hospital, but yes, it's a shame, but I was not able to let him just leave after what he saw. And you get to the lab door, and he opens it, and there's a stairway down into the basement and to another door, and y'all walk down, and he opens up the door, and you walk inside of a lab, and there's like big tubes, like I don't know, you ever see Alien Resurrection or hell, even like in Jurassic Park with the like cloning tubes kind of deal. There's like those.
You're thinking of vats.
Vats, yeah. There are large vats, and you do see corpses in some of them. You see Aleister, he's inside of an animal cage. Like a test subjects. You see Victor, he's just laid down on a table, like on a gurney kind of deal. He's just laid down. They don't look to be harmed at all. You do see Gerbo, and he's laying down on a gurney as well. And all three of them seem to be just asleep. You can tell that they're breathing, but nobody looks like they're being harmed. You do see one big tube vat in particular, and it is filled with this very thick black substance.
Is it similar to the substance that was on the ground?
Yes. It seems like it, yes. Okay. Same color. But it's inside this tube. So you asked what was the next step in the reanimation process.
Yes, I'm also glad that my companions and Gerbo are not harmed.
Yes, it is just a sleep serum just to ease the mind, cause less panic, that sort of thing.
Now that I understand the situation, can you bring them up?
Oh, yes. But let me explain this first. This new serum that I have developed, the one with the reptilian DNA, and he goes over to like a lab desk, like drawer. He opens up a drawer, and he pulls out this big syringe, and he places it into this like a hole that allows him to puncture into the vat with the black liquid inside of it, and he pulls back on the plunger, and the black liquid goes into the syringe and combines with what's in there already.
Okay.
And it becomes completely black inside of it. This creature here, it has abnormal regenerative properties, and administering it into the subjects at the time of expiry, it allows them to come to life, and it retains that mental stability that I'm searching for. I would love for one day, that the day that I do expire, somebody like yourself to be able to administer it to me to the point that I can still conduct the process for you, say if you expire after me. And we can continue the research into reanimation and creating immortals, basically.
Where did you find this creature, as you call it?
It was delivered to me through the portal.
The portal that you're using the heads for, or something else?
Well, you do notice that there's one head that's on this machine over in the distance, or over on the other side of the lab, and he walks over to it with the syringe and injects it into the temple of the head, and he flips a switch, and the head, as the electricity like starts running through the machine, and the head opens its eyes and like lets out this screeching noise, and you see the head. It's completely like just terror and pain, just the most excruciating pain you can imagine somebody having in their face. As it's making this screeching sound, a portal appears in front of it, and Edwin says, "I needed to make a delivery anyways." And he walks over and opens up this large doored room, and he pulls a remote out of his pocket and presses a button on it. Those undead constructs, they come out, but these aren't just like the laborers that you saw in the first room where you fought them. They look like they're built for war. Mm-hmm. And he walks them over to the portal, and they walk through, and he flips the switch, and the head turns off.
This is all very unusual and very familiar at the same time.
And it did take some time for all those constructs to walk through the portal.
It's not just like they eventually marched right through.
Yeah. And we'll switch back over to Aleister and Victor. I got it right that time.
Which one am I playing this time?
Now
how do you feel about that?
That is a very interesting mechanic that we might use later.
I don't know what you mean.
Aleister, you're starting to feel a lot drier, and you sense a portal open below you in the basement of the hospital.
Did you just feel that?
Yes, I did. That other portal's there too.
Well, I suppose I'm dry enough now. We should go check it out.
Yes. We have to hurry. Before it closes, we have to see it.
Okay. So, are there doors in this room?
Oh yeah, totally. Like, it's still the layout of the hospital is just all janky and trippy.
Have we been to this part of the hospital before? I don't think we went upstairs.
No.
Okay.
But it's not the same as the Waking World Hospital.
Right. Is there more than one door to this room?
No.
Okay.
You can leave the room and you go out into a hallway, and you see that you could jump from the second floor to the first floor. Like you see a big, huge gap opening where you can just Tanasha. You just watch Tanasha jump from the second floor down to the first floor through this big opening.
Yeah, I'll follow right along.
I'm right with Tanasha.
All right, and you realize that, like, with this jump, like, it's not a jump that you would normally be able to do. Like, you feel like you're floating as you're following the cats down to the first floor when you take that jump.
I can go 25 feet. Is this a really tall balcony or something?
It's not normal. Like, it's
I know.
Everything is closer but far away at the same time. Like, it's very trippy.
Cool. All right.
And you get to the basement doors, and you make your way down the stairs there, and you walk into the actual basement, and you see two portals open. You see the green portal for the Dreamland, like the regular Dreamlands portal, and you see a purple portal. That's hard to say. Purple portal.
Purple portal.
And as you get there, you see these animated constructs walking in between from the green portal into the purple portal. Y'all want to do anything?
Well, I suppose really there's only one way to figure out where it goes. And that's to have Tanasha go in.
Absolutely.
I will not risk my life going into that portal.
I'm sorry. I mean, not everybody has not died like you, Aleister, but...
Yeah, if Aleister makes the most sense. Throw him in there.
We have prepared a device to kind of try to track this thing. And
what sort of device?
Well, it's absorbed into me. And she like raises her front claw and her left front paw, and her claws extend and start to glow. That's we do not want to go in that portal.
You're correct. I did not want to go in that portal.
No. I don't even know what the other one is.
I do not know where it goes, but there is something very evil on the other side of it.
What would happen if we went in the other portal?
Well, it simply leads back to the waking world.
I would imagine you would wake up.
Oh, interesting. So these things are still just walking from one portal to the other?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many are going through? Is it just like a couple? Is it like...
We'll say, like, they're not moving fast. They are walking slow, and I'll say there's probably 20 of them.
Okay.
And the portals, you can't see through the portal to where it's going, right? They're like an opaque thingy.
No, it's not like a mirror image of the other side or anything like that. It's just a portal. Like very Rick and Morty-esque.
Okay.
Kind of portal.
Well, suppose it may be best if we don't exactly try to go through the portal as they're coming through. That could cause some problems. Namely, they may notice us, and they may not take very kindly to us.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be very friendly the last time we ran into these guys. So I guess we would just sort of watch what happened. I mean, I can't think of anything else that we would actively do in this room. Do we see anything else in the room besides the guys walking from portal to portal? Is it the room just sort of blank?
Yeah, the room is very blank, other than just it being twisted. So, do y'all want to wait till seemingly the last one comes through, and there's a small gap of time in between?
Yeah, that's kind of...
Hey, that sounds like a really good idea. You should do that.
That's kind of my idea, is waiting until there's at least a decent-looking gap.
Yeah. They're marching through, and it's very uniform spacing kind of deal. So there's a method to how long in between each one walks through.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah,
All right, so as you're waiting for that, there seems to be a longer gap of time between the portals, between them coming through. You start to sense the portal deteriorating.
Well, I suppose it's now or never. And I'll take off toward the portal.
Okay. Yeah, and as soon as I see Aleister start running to the portal, I'm going to follow him, because obviously I can't feel the portal about to close, I'm assuming.
As y'all are running away, Tanasha yells out to you, "I will try to hold this other portal open and find out more information on it." Hey everybody, it's Adam, your dungeon master. Well, it seems both parties have gotten deeper into this hospital on both sides, in the waking world and the dreamlands. It's looking like the detectives will be back together in the next episode. Will Tanasha be able to recover any information from this mysterious purple portal? That is really hard to say, and I don't know why I made it the color purple. Purple portal. I don't know if it sounds right. It seems like it's right, but it feels completely wrong coming out of my mouth. But anyways, I hope you are enjoying this story arc, A Monster's Confession, and hope you continue to listen to find out what's going on here, what's really going on. I'd like to ask everybody, if you're enjoying this show, make sure you go over to microphonesandmonsters.com, and we got links to all our stuff over there. If you want to leave us a review or leave us a new review, as the story has been progressing, maybe you like something different, maybe you don't like something. I don't know. I hope you do, but we would love to hear what you have to say, either on social media, Podchaser reviews, Apple Podcast reviews, hell, wherever you wanna do it. Let us know. Also on Cast Junkie Discord, we got the link to that too. You can hop there, introduce yourself on the server if you ain't already there, and hop down in our channel, Mics and Monsters. And hey, we talk about stuff. I like throwing out little bits of behind the scenes information every now and then. You know, be like, oh well, you like this character that I did? Hey, give a little bit of, oh well, I got inspiration from this, and this to make this character. And of course, all the music on Microphones and Monsters, all songs are written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. And I can never say it enough. Thank you so much for listening. It means the world to us that anybody is listening. So, like, we hit 2,000 downloads right before this episode this week, so at release. So it's, again, mind-blowing. We're also approaching 1,000 followers on Twitter, and we're looking at maybe doing a giveaway for reaching that goal. So definitely spread the news about Microphones and Monsters, and we hope to see you back here every Monday and Friday. Bye, everybody.